This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Welcome to INC Radio Oregon, where our brethren from different parts of Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming greet you. Come get to know all of our brethren from the Ecclesiastical District of Oregon and explore our activities, experiences, and sceneries. This is Oregon. Hello to our viewers and our listeners. Good morning or good afternoon and good evening to everyone who is joining us today on INC Radio Oregon. I'm Sister Jillian Pimentel, and today our topic is we are going to be reminiscing on the International KADIWA Meet and Greet experience. Before we get to our topic, please continue to use our live chat to greet us, your family, and your friends, or maybe you've met our Oregon delegates. Make sure to greet them as well. Let us know what local congregation or group worship service you're from. And if you're from another district, let us know that too. Please remember to use our hashtag of our local congregation and group worship service as well, so that we can see who the most active local congregation or group worship service is. Now, why don't we go ahead and get into our topic? I know I'm super excited to be getting into our topic because I am living the KADIWA meet and greet through our delegates today. And so the church administration approved the International KADIWA meet and greet in Manitoba, Canada. It was held from August 9th to August 12th, 2024, and KADIWA members are unmarried members who are 18 years old and above. The District of Oregon was blessed to be represented, and we will go ahead and meet our delegates and hear about their unique experiences on this activity. Now, why don't we go ahead and introduce our very amazing and wonderful delegates? Why don't we go ahead and start with Sister Jasmine?
Hello po. I'm Sister Jasmine from the local congregation of Vancouver, Washington. Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be talking about IKMG today.
Perfect, Sister Jasmine. Thank you. And go ahead and do your greetings as well.
Oh my goodness, there's so many that I want to greet. But first and foremost, I want to greet our resident minister, Brother Rod Reyes, as well as my family here in Oregon and in the Philippines. Our girl group that kind of was my rock through our entire International KADIWA meet and greet, as well as our Aussie friend, Brother CJ, down in Adelaide, Australia. Hello po, I miss all of you.
Thank you, Sister Jasmine. And why don't we go ahead and introduce our next delegate, Sister Abby.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sister Abigail Clavero from the local congregation of Boise, Idaho, and I would like to greet our resident minister, Brother Bem Canlas, and his family, and my family as well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sister Abby. And why don't we go ahead and introduce, last but not least, Sister Hazen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sister Hazen from the local congregation of Vancouver, and I would like to greet my local congregation and my resident minister as well, Brother Albert Macalental, and also my family in the U.S. and the Philippines. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, sisters, for joining us today. I'm so excited to hear about all of your experiences. And just to kind of give a quick context to what kind of experiences were at the meet and greet, we'll go ahead and get into deeper descriptions of these later. But we had our UNLAD project in Winnipeg, which is a farmland and livestock. We also had a special worship service, which was led by Brother Joel San Pedro, one of our ministers of the gospel. And as well, there was a Kadiwa formal dinner and musical performances. And so, why don't we go ahead and get into the thick of this conversation? And so, when you heard about this activity, the three of you guys, how did you prepare for it? Now, Sister Hasten, was this your first international Kadiwa meet and greet?
Yes, it's actually my first international Kadiwa meet and greet, and I was actually so excited, even though I decided last minute to go. But good thing I was able to go. And as preparing it, I was asking brethren in my local congregation who's going, and I found that Jasmine is going with me, and we decided to go together. So we did like a tag team. So I did the flights and she did the hotels, and then before we left, our resident minister, Brother Rod Reyes, he prayed for us, and which is like a good thing to do before going somewhere else.
That's really nice to hear, especially that you had Sister Jasmine going with you. Sister Jasmine, how was your preparation for this Kadiwa meet and greet?
When I first heard about this meet and greet, I think it was towards the beginning of this year. And from the get go, I really locked in and I said, I'm going regardless of what happens. And for a good portion of the year, I thought I was going to be going by myself because I was not aware of anyone else that was going. So my preparation was a little bit stressful. I was trying to campaign and have other sisters come with me so that we can all room together. And Sister Hasten did decide to join me, but the preparation was definitely a little bit stressful. But it was helpful to have Sister Hasten kind of to go back and forth with in regards to the logistics of the trip.
Exactly. Thank you, Sister Jasmine. And Sister Abby, I think you said that this is your first time flying solo internationally. So how was your preparation for this meet and greet?
Yeah, at first I was pretty hesitant because I would have to fly by myself. But I knew that'd be a good thing to attend. And Brother Bem and my family encouraged me to go because it'll help me be more united with the church administration and that I would get to meet other Kadiwas all over the world. It's like an experience that is something that we should do. And so before I left, Brother Bem prayed for us or for me, and that was good. It was a good thing to do before going.
Sisters, I'm so glad that all of you were able to go and experience this because, as Sister Abby said, it's a great way to meet a whole bunch of Kadiwa from other districts, mentioning that this is an international activity. So that's a really big scale for a Kadiwa activity. And so, probably one of the first emotions that you all felt was hopefully feeling excited to finally get into this meet and greet. But did you have any kind of expectations, especially since for Sister Abby and Sister Hasten, this was your first international or your first Kadiwa meet and greet? So, what kind of expectations did you all have? I really want to hear this. Sister Hasten.
So I did actually expected a lot from this event, knowing that it's an international activity from the church, and I expected to meet a lot of people, and which is like I really it is a good thing to do, especially when when we have like a small district like Oregon. So it was really good time to meet other brethren, know about their local and district, and also learn a lot of like activities from them.
That's good. I know from the program alone, hearing about it sounds like so much fun. Having your expectations is probably like it was set. It was more than set. It was a lot more than you could expect. And Sister Abby, what kind of expectations did you have going into this as your first international Kadiwa meet and greet?
I expected to have a lot of fun, and I really did. It was such a great experience, and I made a lot of great memories and new friends that are like family now to me.
Yes, that's one of the best things that I love from Kadiwa meet and greets is, getting to know a lot more of the Kadiwa brethren and they become part of your circle, they become part of your family, and having those ties around the world is a really comforting feeling. And Sister Jasmine, what kind of expectations were you having going into our meet and greet?
So this wasn't my first meet and greet, although it was my first international meet and greet. So I kind of had an idea of what an activity on this scale would be like. Although it being international, it did definitely surpass my expectations. But I also told myself going into the activity to keep my expectations contained because I wanted to make sure that they would wow me in their own way without me putting my own interpretation on things. But my expectations were high and they were definitely met, and it was just a really lovely experience overall to be there.
Yes, and especially when it comes to, like you all mentioned, these regional, more than regional, international Kadima meet and greets, your expectations are always blown out of the water as we have so much fun in these activities and we get to meet so much more brethren. And so, Sister Jasmine, like you mentioned, what was it that made you decide to go again to this meet and greet?
I had a really good experience when it came to our regional meet and greet, and I knew that this was going to be an opportunity that I did not want to pass up. And I just think it's a really interesting experience to put yourself out there, and you don't really know what you're going to be like when you're outside of your comfort zone. So I wanted to make sure that this was an activity that I could stretch my social battery a little bit and really kind of get myself out there and meet brethren in a really safe environment. You know, it's hard to socialize sometimes, but knowing that these are all brethren and young Christians, it kind of took the pressure off of it a little bit. So I knew that I wanted to socialize in a more Christian, safe environment. So this was one of the things that really drawed me to this activity.
That's good. Especially like you mentioned, it was like a nice and safe environment to get to know everyone. And I know the feeling of whenever you're in a big group of people, you kind of feel nervous of wanting to go out and kind of get to know other people. But whenever you're in that environment, it makes you want to go, hey, like let's get to know each other type, those types of feelings are really nice and warm to have in those environments. And so, why don't we go ahead and go over some of the program that actually happened on the meet and greet? We mentioned that we would go into more detail of this, and so one of the first ones that we mentioned was the UNLAD project in Winnipeg. Sister Hasten, can I have you describe kind of what exactly you guys did there and what the experiences were like?
So I also do remember the food there. So that's the first thing that I remember. And the Unlot farm has also the farm itself and the we sheep, goats, and we also have like an open mic, which is like great, and a line dancing, which everyone enjoyed, and we also danced throughout that fun. So it's always fun to join this kind of activities.
That's good. I really like that you mentioned that you guys had an open mic because everyone's bonding over music. That's one of the best feelings. And then we also had the special worship service, which was led by Brother Joel San Pedro. And Sister Jasmine, could you go ahead and describe this one a little bit, please?
Definitely. So this was one of the first activities that we had in regards to the meet and greet. It was the most important, and they stressed that a lot, that this was kind of the main event of our meet and greet. So there are about 600 or more brethren that were all in a banquet hall in the hotel, and there was a full choir. It was just a really powerful worship service led by Brother Joel San Pedro, and the lesson was kind of special that it was very geared specifically towards the Kadiwa. You know, we have lessons in the worship services that deal with being young in this time, but having a lesson specifically for being Kadiwa in a room full of Kadiwa was a really powerful experience. But that was the worship service led by Brother Joel.
I can't imagine how extremely blessed that worship service felt, especially like you said, it was geared directly towards the Kadiwa in this world, especially through the things that we're living in. So I'm really glad that you guys got to experience that. And then we also had the Kadiwa formal dinner and musical performances. Sister Abby, how was that? What was going on there?
It was super fun. There was a lot of food. We ate good, and we also got to meet a bunch of people. We had to like do this like signing thing, and it was really fun to like get to do that with other people. And they also had a bunch of games up on the stage, and that was really fun to watch. And then there was also on mic, and there's so many talented brethren out there, so it was really nice to see.
You know, I saw that you brought your little paper thing. Are there any other things that you guys brought back from this meet and greet? Because I see you guys all have the same T-shirt too. Okay, we have a lanyard,
Yeah.
T-shirts, and tote bag. I love tote bags are coming back. I really enjoy that. And oh, you guys look so cute in your shirts. And so, you know, I from hearing what you guys went through on the Kadiwa meet and greet, I feel so excited for future meet and greets or future Kadiwa activities like this because it really does give us a sense of unity. And hearing from what you guys are saying, that being able to meet so many Kadiwa members from around the world, and before we get into that, meeting Kadiwa members from around the world, we also have Sister Flo with us. Could I ask your help, Sister Flo, in reading some of our live chats today? I see a lot of people saying hello over there.
Yes. I think Kuya Tex could add me onto the grid view as well. Um, let's go ahead and read them. And thank you. I'd like to just say thank you to all that's joining us there in our live chat this afternoon. Please bear with me. Um, I want to just also say hello to and greet Brother Andrew Wynn. Andrew Wine. I hope I'm saying that correctly, Paul. Brother Andrew coming in from the local congregation of High Point in the Ecclesiastical District of Virginia. Brother Justin, all the way out there from Everett. Hello, Sister Jennifer Castillo from Fruitland Group Worship Service. Yes, hashtag. Send out those hashtags. Fruitland and Boise. Sister Danielle McClintoll, and she's from Vancouver. Brother Romel Arlos, I've always seen him also here on our program every week from Hillsboro, Brother Andrew Santa Monica. I hope you get to go to the International Kadiwa meet and greet as well. He's from the INCRadio Seattle satellite studio. Hello po. Brother Elijah Domingo from local congregation of Bakersfield, California. And oh, looks like he knows you, Sister Abby. He's saying nice to meet you. And Sister Rachel from Beaverton, Sister Melissa Yaneza from Hillsboro, Sister Melissa Bolan from Oregon City. Hi, Sister Carol Villanueva from Beaverton. And Brother Andrew from the District of Virginia says, we pray that all Kadiwa who desire to become Buklud, if in accordance with God's will, are so blessed. Um, I think the Arcadiwas here mentioned to me earlier that I think they want to enjoy a lot of the upcoming Kadiwa activities. So let's hear it for the District of Oregon. Let's put out a lot of activities for our Kadiwa members because they want to enjoy their Kadiwa life, and then eventually maybe think about booklet life later, right? And hello to Sister Lucy Ancheta from and Kuya Jun Ancheta from local congregation of Charlotte there in the District of Virginia. Anyone else? Sister Hera Brennan, all the way there. Hi, Sister Hera from Eugene Group Worship Service. Sister Lexi joining us as well. Any more that you see, Sister Jillian?
I would like to mention one live chat that I saw from Sister Christine Curtativo
Oh, yes.
saying, hello, Oregon Kadiwa, miss you all. We are missing you here, Sister Christine. And I just also wanted to remind the brethren to make sure that we stay in our show past 3 p.m. because we are going to be continuing our show for our extended window time. Thank you, Sister Flo, for reading those live chats. And why don't we go ahead and go back into talking about the experience of our delegates? And so, as we mentioned before, you were able to meet a lot of KADIWA members from around the world. We were even able to see some of them in our live chat. And so, what was it like meeting KADIWA members from, all the different countries, different walks of life, and the were you able to meet anyone from across the whole entire world? Maybe Australia. You met someone from Australia. I heard you have that in your greeting as well, Sister Jasmine. And so, what was it like meeting different KADIWA from around the world?
It was nerve-wracking for sure. It took a little bit of warming up. I think everyone had a little bit of a trial and error period when it came to socializing. But once you kind of get out of the nerves and realize that this is what you're here for, you're here to meet all of the other brethren, it became pretty easy to say hello to everyone. And Sister Hazen and I were lucky enough to meet someone from outside of this continent. We met Brother CJ. Oh dear, he has a very interesting last name. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. um, but he's from the local of Adelaide in Australia. So we kind of adopted him into our group very early on. And it's one of those friendships that we do still talk every day. So meeting people from out of the country was different, but meeting people from a different continent who have a completely different accent was really interesting as well.
To our KADIWA members who are listening now, important note on what Sister Jasmine that just said, that you create friendships to where that you talk to them every single day. Those long-lasting and friendships are one of the greatest things that you can take away from this experience. And Sister Hasten, what was your experience like meeting KADIWA members from around the world?
Well, at first I was nervous because I'm really like a shy person, and like what Jasmine said, it's really um it's really nerve wracking. But when you get into it, it'll be easier to say hi and be friends and tell stories, whatever you guys want to tell each other, which is like pretty good to experience in this type of activities.
Exactly, exactly. And Sister Abby, what was your experience just, meeting a lot of KADIWA members over there?
It was such a blessing being able to meet other Kadiwas that share the same faith as me, and I feel like it really strengthened the brotherhood, and it really strengthened my faith as well.
Exactly, and that's very important that you mentioned that having these activities, it really does help strengthen our faith and especially strengthen our love of the brotherhood, being able to meet so many people. And so after leaving the event, what was the most memorable experience for you all? We'll go ahead and go back to you, Sister Abby.
That's a tough one because I enjoyed every second of it. Um, but I would say like my favorite would have to be the special worship service because the hymn singing to the lesson was just perfect.
Thank you, Sister Abby. That was wonderful. Sister Jasmine, what was your most memorable experience?
I would agree with Abby here that the whole weekend was a memorable experience in its own, but the special worship service really holds a different place in my heart. Having a lesson that is specifically for the Kadiwa, and it's just one of those lessons where it felt like it was specifically for me, and it seemed like everything that was being said really hit home. So I quote that worship service daily, and I try to keep it in the forefront. um, that was probably my most memorable experience from the whole weekend.
Oh, thank you, Sister Jasmine. And Sister Hasten, what was your most memorable experience?
I can't choose, but because everything was like so memorable to me, but I feel like I agree with Abby and Jasmine that the worship service is the most memorable. Like where they thought about how you would live in this kind of world as being young Katiwas, which is like pretty good to learn about. during, especially this time, like the world is like getting difficult and stuff.
You know, I can see that you all had such an amazing time, and especially cherishing that the words that we have all learned from the Kadiwa meet and greet and the special worship service. And so I see here Brother Andrew Santa Monica, he's shared another live chat and he said, activities like these are worth every second. There is so much value. And I agree, just hearing from, you know, the unity and the love that you guys are taking from that activity, you can really tell that there is so much value in attending all of these Kadiwa activities, which is why I'm reminiscing the activity through you guys. I wish I could have gone. And so, on to our last question. I would really love to know, would you guys attend this kind of event again? And what would you want to tell our fellow Kadiwa members in our district that may be thinking of going in the future? An emphasis on the future because there will be many future Kadiwa activities. And Sister Hasten, what would you like to say?
I would like to recommend to attend every single Kadiwa activity that your local or district will have, because it is really exciting. It is really fun, and it's also a great time to have fun with other brethren and have more that solid foundation of your faith.
Thank you, Sister Hasten. Would you attend this kind of activity again?
Of course, I will.
Thank you. Sister Jasmine, what were your messages for this?
I would say to any Kadiwa that was hesitant about going or wishes that they had gone, if you have the means to go, go. There is never anything to be lost when you go to activities like this. And even though it's like, oh, I can't get off work or I can't get off school, those, it's only a couple of days, but the memories last a lifetime. And it's an experience that you can't really explain well. I know we're reminiscing here, but it's something that you can't really get the full effect unless you're there. So make sure you're there next time so that you can be up here with me, Abby, and Hasten next time, because we're all going to be going to the next one. I will make sure of it. I would absolutely go to the next meet and greet. In fact, I'm saving up right now.
Exactly. Start preparing now, as soon as we speak. And Sister Abby, what would you attend this event again? And what is your messages for Kadiwa?
I would 100% attend again. It was such a memorable time, and it was such a great time. I was able to meet a lot of other Kadiwas, and I agree with Sister Jasmine. Like, you have to attend it. It's hard to, you have to be there to know.
Exactly. It's one of those things where you only know if you're there in person, and I have most definitely going to the next one. And because I've been having just so much fun talking to you guys about the experience of this international meet and greet. And even now as I'm talking about it, I don't have the full extent of the experience going into this, but hearing from this activity in your guys' perspective, it makes me so excited to be a Kadiwa and to go ahead and save up for all of those future meet and greets as well. And so I wanted to thank you all, Sister Hasten, Sister Abby, and Sister Jasmine, for joining us for this Kadiwa meet and greet episode. And we also have another portion of our broadcast today. It is actually the 5th year anniversary of the Multimedia department. And so we also wanted to go ahead and recognize that. So if Kuya Tex, if you could please play the video montage for our Multimedia. Multimedia captures photos and videos of the many activities held in the church. Capturing smiles, cheers, and experiences of our district, we are able to look back at all of our blessings. Ecclesiastical District of Oregon would like to greet Multimedia a happy 5th anniversary. Thank you, Kuya Tex. And actually, we have some members of our multimedia on right now. And I wanted to ask us all a question is, what is your favorite part of being a part of the multimedia department? And so we have our sister Flo, sister Jasmine, and our sister Abby, who is part of the multimedia here. And so, Sister Jasmine, you first, what is your favorite part of being part of the multimedia department?
I think the friendships that I've made along the way, being part of the multimedia bureau, has really it's really helped me. Now I have friends from places that I didn't think I would have friends, and being able to contribute to the work that the church is doing nowadays is really it's a different feeling being able to contribute kind of in a behind the scenes way. So it's really gratifying to see when your work is there and seeing the projects that you've contributed to be recognized, and it's all for the glory of God.
Thank you, Sister Jasmine. Exactly. Sister Abby, what was your favorite part of being in the multimedia department?
Sister Jasmine just took the words right out of my mouth. it's I 100% agree with you, and just being able to be a part of it and feeling united, and it just makes me very happy being able to be a part of this.
All right. Thank you, Sister Jasmine and Sister Abby. Sister Flo, I want to hear your answer. What is your favorite part of being in the multimedia department?
I didn't realize I was part of the multimedia department. When I first became the INC radio producer, I just kind of, moved right into the multimedia, and I understood that INC radio did fall under the multimedia department. And so here I am doing things that I never thought I'd be doing, such as creating videos, um, having interviews with the brethren that we asked to have interviews. And speaking of which, we're doing interviews like for our documentations. I just wanted to just say, thank you to those that who have stepped up to agreeing to be interviewed, because you are part of the history of what's going on in our district. And so for those of you who shy away from us who has cameras, um, please, please be part of us. And when we do ask, please take on take on to be interviewees of why we want to document our activities. And later on, when we put these um, videos together, our documentations together, it becomes so fulfilling. You see yourself there, you see the brethren enjoying the activities. And just know that a lot of these go down in history. We bring them back up when when we celebrate our anniversaries in the district. So it's great to see yourself there. We may be behind the scenes or in front of the camera. It's all a good thing. And I just wanted to just say, Brother Paulo, who is our multimedia advisor, his favorite part of being in multimedia department is working with faithful, hardworking officers, Paul. And we do get to work with him as well. And it's it's very fulfilling, and our hearts are so full when we're done working with all our materials. And so happy 5th anniversary to multimedia department, and that many more years for all of us to be part of it. Thank you, Sister Lexi. Happy 5th anniversary multimedia department. Paul, Brother Justin is greeting us a happy 5th anniversary multimedia department as well. And so I just want to say lastly, Brother Andrew um, Wynn says, let us all pray that when our Christian family organization invite us to an activity, we pray and find a way to go, right? So even here on multimedia. All right. Thank you for that video, Sister Jillian. And exactly what she just did was put just a little collaboration of what our multimedia department is, and many more to come. And then as we move on forward, um, our activities. Actually, yesterday we had a Sebsi premiere film showing entitled Haligi. And if you watched it, it was very, very, very well done. And that's also part of multimedia as well. So I hope you got to watch that video. It was very touching, tear jerking. I won't say any more if you haven't watched it yet. Um, and so we hope you get that opportunity to get watch that movie. On September 1st, the uh, local congregation of Oregon City will be going to the Oregon Zoo. They will have animal appreciation. That's their activity. That's tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow, September 1st. How fast that is. And then on September 22nd, um, the local congregation as well will be congregation of Oregon City will have their city walk at the Telecom Bridge. Maybe we should go and join them as well. And then this is very timely for those of us who are not yet part of the multimedia department here in our district and who are part of our multimedia department. On September 29th, we will be having a multimedia conference and socializing there in the Portland Function Hall. And so we encourage everyone to be part of this as well. So mark that date for September 29th. It's we have fun too when it comes to multimedia, right, Sister Jasmine? We have fun. We make a lot of friends as well. So, yeah. And Sister Rachel, I just want to finish off. We still have some time. Sister Rachel Cruz, congrats po to multimedia team. Thank you for all what we do. Hi, Brother Jordan Augustin from Hawaii, District of Hawaii Pacific. Aloha po. Brother EJ or EJ, I'm not sure, he or she. EJ Manala, happy anniversary to the team. Sister Lexi also said Halige was such a great movie, po, so inspiring. And yes, it was indeed. Okay. And so let's go on to our special acknowledgments. Our special acknowledgments are very big, warm thank yous to our brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, and our brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our CFO coordinator, SEBC CEO, and president. Thank you so much for what you do for us because we get to do things like this on INC Radio and multimedia. We get to share our stories. And so we thank you for your love and your guidance and as well as for the rest of the district um, here in Oregon. If we have any birthday greetings or anniversaries, you may raise your hand if you want, but I do have. And let's go there. Just recently, on August 29, my daughter-in-law, Sister Rose Pelaez Guillermo, had her birthday on August 29. Um, and then upcoming is our sister Hazel Gutierrez. September 4 is her birthday. And then our wedding anniversary that's coming up is Brother JC and Sister Chanel Esteban from the local congregation of Beaverton. All right. Happy birthday and happy anniversary. We'd like to say thank you to all of you here that joined us on our program today, especially our guest panelists. Thank you, Sister Jillian, Sister Hasten, Sister Abigail, Sister Jasmine. Thank you so much for being part of our program and also for all of you who joined us on the live chat. I just wanted to encourage you to please join us again next week for another episode. And after this episode, please share this link with all your friends and family. Let's subscribe to our INC Radio DZEM 954 on the YouTube. And then next up in about 15-20 minutes is INC Radio Alaska. So please again join us. Thank you so much. Our big heartfelt thank yous. Enjoy the sunny weather that's happening out there because the Burr months is happening tomorrow. And take care, everyone. Have an amazing day. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Kuya Tex.
Bye. Thank you.